What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the We Run on Coffee podcast. I'm Arika.
And I'm Marissa. And Erica's back.
Yay, I'm back. So yeah, if you guys listened to last week's episode, it was Marissa's interview of Courtney, and I was not there. It's like one of my first ones I haven't been on.
I know.
I think you and Kyle did one a while ago, and me and Angela did one.
Yeah.
So we've taken a couple times where we're not on them, but it's very rare.
Yeah.
I feel like very rare.
Very weird, but it's
so
okay.
Strange.
Erica was a busy girl.
Yes, I was a busy gal today. So yeah, I wanted to say thank you to Marissa for being flexible, and thank you to Courtney, if you're listening to this, for also being flexible and doing the interview without me.
Yeah, I think she was really excited to like meet you, but I was like, Erica's still gonna hear all the answers, so it's like she's still gonna know you.
That's what I was so sad too, because I was with Angelo's family today, which I'll talk about in my catch up, but I was telling Angelo's mom that it was Courtney, and I was like, if you remember, Courtney was one of the maids of honor, and she gave her speech, and Julie goes, oh, I remember. She was so sweet.
She's the one that made everybody cry.
She made yep, I said she's the one that made everybody cry, and Julie goes, oh, I'm excited to listen to that. Like, she was really awesome. I was like, I know, I'm sad I'm not there.
I thought some of the questions I asked her, they were like, some of them were sentimental, and I thought that I would get her.
Aww,
and she was really nervous because she's not the person that's ever going to like step out of her way and talk about herself. And she was like, I'm really scared I'm going to get like kind of nervous and not know what to say. And I was like, I promise I picked questions you'll be able to answer.
Yeah. Oh my God. Wait, I'm just like so excited. It's so weird to be like on the outside and get to actually be a listener of the pod.
It's like, weird.
I'm pumped. I love it. So yeah, thank you guys for listening, supporting. And if you haven't listened to Courtney's episode, you obviously have to go back one. So go back and do that now, and then you can come back to this one because, you know, got to go in order, guys.
Yeah, of course.
So anyways, we have a lot to talk about. First of all, what are you drinking? We'll start there.
So it's later in the afternoon. It's like 4 o'clock on a Sunday.
It's a random time.
I have a Dr. Pepper, but it's the not ideal way. I have it in a cup with ice, and that is not my preferred way to drink a Dr. Pepper. This is like the tears. I don't know if you ever have this. Like, I know that you don't drink soda, and I don't really drink soda either, but I think that the best way is...
This is your treat.
It's a fountain drink is number one.
Okay.
And
that's
then
the best?
Yeah. Number two is in a can for me. And then bottles are inferior. I hate like having a soda in a bottle.
Okay. Good to know. So with the fountain, does it matter where? Like, is McDonald's really good, or like, does it matter where it comes from?
I think it does, but I don't order it out that often to know. Okay. I know that Chick-fil-A is really good Dr. Pepper.
Oh, okay. And does that have to do with the ice, or is it actually Dr. Pepper?
I think it's people love the ice. So I think it depends on like the percentage of like syrup that they put in versus like the syrup, like the bubbles. Yeah. And I think that Chick-fil-A just does it well.
Just perfectly.
Yeah.
That's so funny. One time, I remember this because I was embarrassed. I was younger. But my mom and I went to Sam's Club to eat the pizza. And, well, we were at Sam's Club. But we were like, we're going to eat the pizza and get drinks. And she got a soda. And I remember she used to work in, like, pizza shops all the time. And so she's familiar. So she literally went up to the desk and she told them, like, hey, this is out of whatever. And you need to replace whatever. And I was like, Mom, this is so embarrassing. Like, don't tell them. But they fixed it for her. And then it was delicious. But she was like, the syrup and the carbonation, it's all wrong.
Yeah.
It was so weird.
When I worked at the barbecue place in Johnstown, I like kind of knew similarly. So
I didn't even know you worked at a barbecue place in Johnstown. What?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's so cool.
I grew up like working at a barbecue place. My first ever job was I worked at Burger King.
I'm shook.
And then I worked at a like barbecue place.
Yeah. Oh my God, I didn't know that.
We had like a soda machine, and we would like be able to tell when like the syrup was out, and you have to like replace the syrup bag on it.
Yes, that's what she said. Yeah. She was telling me about it. She's like, you have to open the box and there's like a bag or whatever. Oh my gosh, that's too funny.
I never did it because I didn't know how, but I knew about it.
Yeah. Like, I know it doesn't taste right.
Yeah.
That's funny. Okay, are we catching up or are we looking ahead? I don't know what you guys did.
You have to tell me what you're drinking first.
Oh my gosh, I almost forgot. Okay, you guys. Actually, hold on. Sorry. I'm unprepared because I actually don't know what flavor I'm drinking.
That's okay.
We're running low on the sparkling waters in my garage.
I'm
having
out
a polar
of sparkling waters.
I only have 4 left, so I'm really close. Yeah. Polar water, raspberry lime.
Yum.
So I have raspberry lime and cranberry lime, and I never know which one I'm drinking because honestly, they kind of taste similar to me. Almost the same.
They do. They do taste similar.
But yeah. Anyway, okay, yeah. So were we catching up or looking ahead? What did you guys do?
Well, Courtney caught up, and I looked ahead, so I don't really know.
Okay, a little mix up.
Yeah, we can do a little bit of both. We can just like shorten both of them, I guess.
Yeah. Okay. So this is my catch up. Nothing crazy. I will give an update on my ENT appointment, I guess.
Oh, yes.
I was like trying to pick which ones are like actually interesting, but I feel like you guys are on my journey. So this is my ENT update. Marissa knows a little bit, but I haven't given you the full story.
No,
so.
all I know is that she got an endoscopy of her nose.
Yes, which I didn't know. Like, why is it called the same thing as an actual endoscopy? That seems weird. Like, I thought it would have its own name, but
I don't know.
Nasal endoscopy. Anyways, yeah, so I went to the ENT last week, and I was nervous, to say the least. I always am with a doctor. And I went in. The doctor asked a bunch of questions. I answered them. Angela went with me, obviously for moral support every time.
Of course.
And then he goes, he asked me the questions. I gave the answers. He's like, all right, this is interesting. Like, I'm not sure what's going on. We're going to have to look into it. And he was like, I'm going to give you some, what is that called? Oh, wait, I'm forgetting the term. What's it called? It's like the, he gave me like the stuff up my nose, like a spray to numb everything.
Nasal spray.
It's a certain thing, and you're going to know what it is. Hold on.
Know.
I have to Google it because I think you'll know what I'm saying. It's like a certain drug. Spray up nose for... I love the tangents today.
That's
like
okay.
Learning about your first job and nasal endoscopies. Like, honestly. Yeah, it was... I think it was a local anesthetic, technically.
Oh.
I feel like it started with an L or an I. I want to say it. Hold on, guys. Bear with me. I really wanted to tell you guys what it was.
Is it like the classification of drug?
It's going to come to my head. Lidocaine.
Oh.
I was like, I don't know why I remember this. Okay.
That is a local anesthetic, though. You were right.
Yeah. So he was like, I remember Googling after. That's the only reason I knew that. I didn't know that off the top of my head because we know us. But yeah, he was like, I'm going to spray lidocaine up each of your nostrils. And then I'm going to, like, you're going to breathe it in, swallow it down your throat. And then you're going to sit here for 15 minutes. And then I'll be back. We're going to do a nasal endoscopy. And I was like, what? I was not expecting any of that. Like, I just thought I was going to be a verbal appointment. Like, I did not think we were getting in there. So I was freaking out. He left the room. I cried a little. It was like a whole thing. And then Angela was like, how about you pick something that you want to do after this for a treat? And I was like, okay. So we got Dunkin' after, which is good. But yeah, I got the nasal endoscopy. It was not fun. After he was done with like both nostrils, I had the biggest sneeze of my life, I felt like, which is really funny. I just had like this huge sneeze, but Angela and I were both nervous because when I was in the hospital with meningitis in 2018, they had to do like a normal nasal swab for like a virus, kind of like the COVID test kind of thing. And I vomited, and that's common for me when I get stuff up my nose specifically. It's like not good.
Interesting.
So Angela was telling me that the whole time he was just sitting there like really sweaty, nervous, like ready to grab the trash can and put it in my lap because this doctor like didn't know that happens to me.
Yeah.
And I told him, I was like, I'm queasy, but he was just like, he didn't really care that much, or he didn't know the extent of it.
He probably sees
nervous.
people throw up all the time. So
surely. Yeah. So that was not fun, but it was what it was. So he said that there were no polyps, which he said is really great news. Nothing up there, except he said, you are so beyond congested that I can't even see anything. He's like, you are so congested, which is surprising to me because I don't have normal congestion symptoms, I feel like, on the outside, but I think because it's so deep in my sinuses.
Probably.
Like, it's not down here. It's so up there. I don't know. So what he said is that for 3 weeks, I have to do Flonase, which me and Marissa were talking about this, but I want to give a recommendation to my people out there. If you ever need to do Flonase and you hate that shit, I feel you, because that's not fun to spray stuff up there. But he told me to get Sensi Mist, and it's amazing. It does not have a scent. It does not have a flavor. I don't think, unless I'm just too congested. So apologies, friends. I don't know, but I don't think it's not supposed to. And then also, it doesn't have to go all the way up your nose. You just put it in a tiny bit. It's not like super invasive. So that's been not bad. I have to do that every day for 3 weeks. And then all that to say, on the day I go back, I'm getting a face x-ray, which is so weird. I never even realized they did that, but it makes sense. So I guess it's called a mini cat or something, and it's like a facial CT all the way around, like it just moves around you. And so it's going to show apparently all my sinuses, and then he's going to look and see if I have like a really deep sinus infection or what's going on up there. And if I do, that would be that. If I don't have a sinus infection, we're going to look into like, is this from allergies? And if so, he thinks I should get an allergy test. And if it's none of that, then we go from there. So that's the update. I'm getting a face x-ray next time.
I'm so curious if your mom also just has severe like deep congestion and maybe that's why she hasn't been able to smell.
crazy. I know, whatever I find out, I'm kind of excited just to tell her, and she is too. She's like, let me know what they say, because whatever they find out, I'm like, I wonder if it's related or not related at all. To me, it'd be weirder if it weren't related to hers, but I don't know. So yeah, that's that. And as far as like catch-ups, I don't really have anything else except that I don't know if you've been seeing ads for the Secret Lives of Mormon Wives.
I saw you put it in everywhere. Your calendar, and I was like, Erica's invested.
I know. And I've never I don't watch a lot of these kind of shows, but one influencer I follow specifically, her name's Michaela Matthews, and she has been sharing, this is wild. This is so tangenty episode, whatever. She has gotten this really interesting chronic illness, and it's come in the form of like obviously fatigue and all of that kind of stuff, like the regular kind of symptoms, but then she has these really horrible skin rashes and flares and wrinkles and just experiencing all this. And after a while of doing a lot of testing, she actually, her doctor told her, or I don't know if it's diagnosed or what, but she had this is called something else. It's called BII, I think, breast implant illness. Oh, yeah. And it's because of the breast implants that she got like years ago, supposedly. And so she got them removed, and she's still like majorly struggling. Anyways, all that to say, I follow her and I like her, and I've been liking to see her stuff, and she was on the show. Oh. So that's why I was like, okay, I'll give it a try. And she was saying how sadly her main thing with the show, she's like, it's the worst time of my life, and I was contractually obligated to film the show, and I didn't know I was going to have this chronic illness hit me when the show happened. But she said that what her main purpose was with the show is that she wanted to share about it, share how like it made her feel bad about herself, but she's working on it, whatever. And they cut it all from the show. So she was saying she didn't really get to talk about any of it, which sucks, but I'm watching it nonetheless. Yeah, that's all.
I heard that there's a part about being swingers in it.
Yes. So I don't know if you remember this, but a few years ago that went viral on TikTok. These people were swingers, and they were Mormon specifically, which I think is why it blew up, because I don't know. It seemed to be like, I don't know. It's kind of, I don't know. It's all over the place. But yes, the main girl from that scandal is one of the main girls in the show, and she does talk about it. And honestly, it's a mess. Yeah. This thing is a mess. I'm like, this is why I stopped watching reality TV, because it's just messy.
It is messy.
But yeah, that's my catch up. Do you want to catch up before I look ahead?
Yeah, I don't have any really catch ups. I had my first volleyball game on Thursday night, and we lost.
Oh, sad.
But it was fun. We like still had really like a good time. Yeah, just like practicing, really playing, and whatever. And none, like the whole group of people that were there like hadn't played together before, so it was cool just like to meet each other and like play together. And then me and Kyle went out on a dinner date yesterday, which I talked about a little bit in the last podcast with Courtney. But we just went out and we got tacos and margs to celebrate my promotion, which I talked about in the last episode.
Did you? Okay, that's so exciting. I'm pumped.
Yeah.
Did you tell in the last episode about going to the doctor? Because we left him on a cliffhanger. The one before that.
No, I do still have like a little bit of voice loss. Like I don't sound normal yet, but it's more of like I just yelled too much or something. Like that's what it sounds like now. But I did go to the doctor on Monday, and I got diagnosed with bacterial bronchitis. Wild. Which means that I just had bronchitis, but it was a bacterial infection rather than a viral infection. And I took the antibiotics, and I started feeling better like within 48 hours. Like I started feeling a lot better. I wasn't 100%. I'm still not 100%. I'm still like really tired and still trying to recover. But I was down for the count for a little bit. She got me. She got me good.
Yeah, I can't believe. I mean, it was not funny, but like I was editing the episode from 2 episodes ago, and you were like, I think I might have bronchitis. And I was like, that's wild, because she does.
Because I did. And I'm still coughing a little bit, but it's not like killing me to cough now. Yeah. But it's definitely like still affecting my voice a little bit, and I'm still like a little congested.
Yeah.
But well, I'm on the mend.
Medical updates.
I'm on the mend. But we can start looking forward to. I guess mine's like a small, so I'll just say mine. So I am going to Tampa. I'm leaving on Wednesday.
I'm so excited. That's so soon.
It is. We're staying in Treasure Island, which will be exciting because I've never been to Florida before. I don't know what's in Treasure Island.
I still can't believe you haven't been to Florida. That blows my mind.
But we're planning like maybe a little like tiki bar excursion.
Ooh.
I don't really know. Dakota's been looking up these places for us to go. Yeah. One of them's a tiki bar. One of them is like a golf cart rental that takes, like, you would rent the golf cart, but it's like a bar crawl. So like you follow a bar crawl map, but you do it on the tiki or on the golf cart.
That's crazy.
And I'm like, that's exciting. And then there was also
it's
like,
kind of giving like Put in Bay vibes to me in my head.
Yeah, a little. Yeah. And then there's also like this cruise option. It was like pretty cheap because we're going in the middle of September during the week. Like, it's going to be pretty easy to like do stuff because nobody goes to Florida in September.
Yeah.
So it should be pretty easy for us to do like a bunch of stuff. So we're looking at like this cruise thing too, maybe. But I'm extra excited because I'm going to get my nails and my toes done before I leave.
Okay, bougie. Love it.
I'm going to do...
You haven't done that in a minute, right?
I know. I haven't. I'm going to do like a bright pinky coral color for like the beach.
It's like it's a very summer vibe.
Yeah.
That's so fun. So is it going to be hot, do you think? Like, have you looked?
It's going to be
I
like
assume.
High 80s, low 90s.
Nice. That's really good because it's cool here today.
Yeah. I mean,
at least for us.
It's cooler here too. It was 59 when I woke up this morning. So.
It was 40 last night. I was like, this is basically winter.
Yeah, cool. It got down to 51 last night. It's 74 here now.
Oh, wow. Today our high was 70, but I don't even know if it's gotten there. It's been like a cool fall vibe.
I love it.
Yes. Okay. I don't have that much looking ahead either. I have one thing that I'm excited about is on Angela's dad's side of the family. We have a wedding brunch coming up. So his cousin got married in Chicago, like in a really, really, really small wedding ceremony, and then they're coming to Ohio because that's where most of the family I think is, and doing like a wedding brunch. It's at a brewery in Columbus, cute. Which is fun. I think it could be Land Grant, but I could be wrong. I do not remember. No, Seventh Sons or whatever. I've never been.
I don't know anything.
I don't know. But yeah, they sent out the little wedding website for it, and they had us pick like what kind of food we wanted, and it all sounded really good. It was like breakfast quiche, bacon, fruit, that kind of thing. Or you could do the lunch, which was like baked ziti, buffalo cauliflower, that kind of stuff. So that will be fun. But my only other looking forward to are all TV shows, which is kind of funny for me because I feel like I'm hitting TV hard right now. But starting on Tuesday, I'm going to be finally watching Only Murders in the Building. We kept having this like, we were going to watch it with Angela's mom, and we keep having to move it because we get busy. So Tuesday we are watching it. We're doing a pasta party, which is always fun. And then the next week, I think it is, or 2 weeks after that, Dancing with the Stars will be premiering on Tuesday night, and Survivor will be premiering on Wednesday night, back to back.
Yeah.
So my content plate is full.
Yay.
My content plate is so full, but it's all like, I'm excited to watch all this stuff.
Should we set up like a cute little Survivor watch party where we like FaceTime each other or like
we could do that.
Zoom each other?
I think Grace and Lauren watch it too, so I'll see if they are interested, but that'll be fun.
One of my friends from school also watches it, so I could invite her to our little watch parties.
Okay, that would be cool.
Aww.
I like it.
Yeah.
Survivor watch parties. I'm like, will this go out before? I'm like, should the listeners join? Let me see. When this episode, no, it's going to be too late. I'm sorry, guys.
This comes out in October.
Yeah, but if you guys are listening to this and that sounds like fun doing a watch party together, like let us know because we could totally still do it for other episodes. It doesn't have to be a premiere.
I mean, it's like 16 weeks of episodes for Survivor, I think. So
yeah, that's amazing.
I'm excited.
That's what's new.
That's what's new, and that's what's about to be new.
Yeah, that's what's future new.
Yeah. Are you so excited for this book club, Arika?
Yes, I'm pumped. Let's freaking go.
Yay. Okay, so I might not see you for a minute because I'm going to pull up this recap.
I have one more thing before we start.
I'm going to pull up the summary big so I can't see you because I can't see. So
yeah, you're really small on my screen too.
Yeah.
Should I share the next book club book right now or should I wait till the end?
I mean, I don't even know what the next book club book is.
I know. I thought I would surprise everybody. Okay, I'll do it now.
Okay.
Just shout out in case you want to read our next book, like if you want to get ahead and read it before the episode. This is what I picked. Do you have Libby and do you use that ever to get free Kindle? Okay, because this is at the libraries. I checked. This is called The Half of It, and it's by Madison Beer, and it's her memoir.
Okay.
And I just think it looks really good. It has really good ratings, 4.5 on Amazon, 4.1 on Goodreads, and I heard her do a podcast promoting it, honestly, a while ago, maybe even a year ago. And it sounds really good. So I want to hit the memoir again. We haven't done one since Jeanette McCurdy, so I think it will be fun.
I think that she promoted it on Call Her Daddy, and I might have watched that.
Yes, it was probably that. And I just thought like, oh, this sounds really good, and it's been on my list forever, but I keep wanting to do not like nonfiction.
Yeah.
Non-nonfiction. But I'm like, okay, we've done a lot of fiction, so I'm kind of wanting to try it. So The Half of It, Madison Beer, read it with us.
Okay.
People.
I will. I have to, but I will.
Versus like, I will, I guess. No, that's going to be really fun. But this book, So excited to talk about it.
Okay, are you ready for the summary?
I'm ready. If you guys didn't read the book, this is your time to shine. Marissa is going to basically read you the book in short and give you everything you need to know so that you can discuss it with us.
I have like 2 pages of notes. Well, it's double spaced, so it's not really 2 pages.
It's not. Yeah, it's like 1 and a half, maybe.
No. Deep breath, and I'm going to do it. Okay. Hannah Hill, a 40-year-old woodturner who makes furniture for upscale clients, narrates this novel. The reader is privy to Hannah's interior life, her emotions, her memories, and her interpretations of events and estimations of other people. The events take place over 4 days and in 2 locations, Salicito, California, and Austin, Texas. The chapters toggle between the present and the past, allowing the reader to develop an understanding of both the relationship between Hannah and her husband Owen, but also of Owen himself, despite the fact that he is physically absent throughout the novel. I didn't really notice that I went back and forth in between present and past because it wasn't like intense. Like it didn't do it that often, I feel like.
Yeah, it wasn't intense. And that's what I was going to say because we always talk about how I don't like that. And I think I've finally decided that I don't dislike it when it's not dated. That's what it is. It wasn't dated. It was like 6 years ago. Today. 5 years ago. Today. That didn't bother me. Also, really fast, I did not realize it was only over 4 days.
Me neither. I didn't realize that either.
Yeah, anyway.
Okay.
Crazy.
I'll continue. Salicito, California is a sleepy waterfront town where everyone knows everyone else. Hannah, Owen, and Bailey, 16, live on a houseboat in the San Francisco Bay. Hannah and Owen have been married just over a year when Hannah receives a note delivered by a 12-year-old girl which says, "Protect her." Thinking Owen is playing a prank, Hannah tries to reach out to him, but to no avail. When she picks up her stepdaughter, Bailey, she hears a report on the car radio that the high-tech company where Owen is the chief coder has been raided by the federal authorities. When Bailey gets in the car and dumps a duffel bag stuffed with cash and a note from Owen in her lap, Hannah knows for sure that Owen is gone. Hannah's best friend, Jules, tells Hannah she learned of the FBI's intention to raid Owen's company from a coworker and tipped off Owen 2 hours prior to the raid. The next morning, Hannah receives a visit from U.S. Marshal Grady Bradford. Bradford says he wants to help Hannah, but leaves with the ominous warning that Owen is not the man she thinks he is. Hannah begins investigating Owen's life. She searches his laptop where she finds a file containing Owen's updated will. 2 FBI agents arrive to question Hannah and are surprised when Hannah tells them about Grady Bradford's visit. When they leave, Hannah reaches out to her former fiancé, Jake Anderson, a New York lawyer, who says he will investigate Owen's past. Hannah remembers that the U.S. Marshal was from Austin, Texas, and recalls Owen acted strangely on occasions she suggested that they traveled to Austin. She asks Bailey about any possible connection to the city, and Bailey says that she has a vague memory of having been in Austin as a small child for a wedding. Hannah and Bailey travel to Austin. They find the church where they think Bailey was the flower girl and convince the parish administrator to help them, but the administrator tells them that the church was closed for renovations in 2008, the only year that makes sense based off of Bailey's memory and age. Disappointed, the duo pursues another clue about a college professor. Wow, I can't read. Bailey recalls the professor's name and they visit him. He provides class rosters and tells Hannah he remembers Owen, although he had a different name then, and because he failed the midterm because he was in love with a woman in the class. The parish administrator calls back saying that she found the wedding from 2008. The 2 women discover Kate Smith and are stunned by how much she looks like Bailey. Kate's brother Charlie still lives in Austin and runs a family bar called the Never Dry. Hannah goes to speak with Charlie, who is suspicious of her interest in his family. When Bailey walks in to find Hannah, Charlie is shocked and calls Bailey Kristen. Charlie becomes enraged and Hannah and Bailey flee. Hannah discovers that Owen's real name is Ethan Young, he was married to Kate Smith, and Bailey, whose real name is Kristen, is their daughter. Nicholas Bell, Kate's father, was a defense attorney known as the Good Lawyer for his work on behalf of his clients. He got involved with drug traffickers who worked for a crime syndicate. For 30 years, Bell defended the criminals, but he'd lost a big case, and a week later, Kate was killed in a hit-and-run accident in broad daylight. Ethan blamed Bell and his coworkers because Ethan had insider information about the crime syndicate. He turned state witnesses against Bell and the crime syndicate. Bell went to prison along with 18 members of the crime syndicate. Ethan took off with Kristen, changing their names and creating new identities. Hannah remains convinced Owen would never leave unless it was the only way to protect Bailey. Hannah meets Belle and discovers both he and the crime syndicate still have vendettas against Owen. She learns from Bradford that Owen and Bailey were supposed to enter witness protection after Owen testified against the syndicate, but their new identities were compromised. So Owen took off and created their new identities himself. Hannah wants Bailey to keep the life she has now. A clue relating to to Bailey's piggy bank results in Hannah asking Jules to investigate it. Jules opens it and tells Hannah inside that the piggy bank's internal safe is a copy of Owen's will, with Hannah listed as Bailey's guardian. After meeting with Belle and learning his intentions towards Owen, Hannah makes the difficult decision to forego witness protection and return to Salcedo with Bailey, even though she knows this means that Owen cannot be a part of their lives. As the story ends, several years have passed. Hannah is at a design showcase for the furniture she makes when she receives a visit from a mysterious man still wearing the unique wedding ring that she made him. It's Owen. As Owen departs, Bailey arrives to meet Hannah for dinner and calls her mom.
Damn.
That's the end of my summary.
So glad that we do these summaries though, because I'm like, okay, I'm remembering things that I would have forgotten otherwise.
Yeah, I agree.
So it's good. It brings it back together. I also added in a section for rating and dream casting.
Oh.
I don't know if that was in there or not, but I just put it at the end so we can do it whenever.
It wasn't, but I do have a question because this book has already been cast because it's already a TV show.
And I don't know who it is yet, so I'll have to look it up, or you can tell me and we could say if we agree or disagree, or who else we would put, I guess.
Yeah. I didn't really think too much about casting for this one because they'd already picked the people, so I don't know.
And
what my
you didn't watch the show, right?
I have not.
Okay. I was just curious. Okay. What should we start with? Questions?
We can start with the questions.
Okay.
So
I'm excited.
The first one that I have is, when you first read that Owen went missing, what did you think happened?
If you have an answer, feel free to go first.
I
don't know if I thought about it that much.
couldn't tell because I didn't remember what kind of book it was. I didn't know, like, I knew it was like a mystery, but I was like, is this a true crime mystery? Like, is it a murder mystery? Like, what is it? And so I thought that he had been killed, but I didn't know who killed him.
That'd be juicy.
Yeah, I was I don't know what happened.
Yeah, I feel like I didn't know enough about his character yet to have an idea of what happened. It's kind of same thing. It's just like I didn't have enough background to make a guess. I also don't know if I thought about it that much, to be honest, which, as we always do these book clubs and ask the questions, I'm like, wow, I really don't think much when I read. I really just read it, like, take what it gives me.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I had a big thought. I thought it was kind of weird that he sent, like, the students from the school to tell Hannah that he was...
Like, why couldn't he come?
Yeah, I don't know. It's just kind of weird. But yeah, I felt like we didn't know him literally at all. He was never even in the story to begin with. So I'm like, I don't know his character.
Yeah.
Like, not only his character, but like his character about him, his personality, I guess. So yeah, I don't know. I didn't really think about it that much.
Yeah, it was a little bit weird.
Yeah, it was.
Okay, so Owen's note to Hannah says, protect her. We know that he's talking about Bailey and protecting her from the past. Why didn't Owen write more to Hannah? Do you believe that he expected her to eventually figure out his past?
This one's interesting because, yeah, everything was super ominous. So I feel like, of course, maybe the author chose to only have him write protect her because it's more ominous and it's like she has to figure out the mystery. That's the point of the book. As far as like if we're actually evaluating why someone would do that, I don't know what the answer is. Like, maybe he's running to hide too fast. That's all he had time to do.
Yeah,
he didn't expect this to go down. Like,
that's what I was trying to
happen.
think, because I was like, why? Like, what happened? Else? He's just missing. But then he gives no information. What do you mean?
Yeah, I know. And also, like, I don't know. If you really step back and think about it, it's like, how did they actually figure that out? It seems almost unrealistic how much they figured out from 2 words on a paper. So I'm like, bruh, I'm confused.
Yeah.
I feel like it was just silly. So it would have to make sense. Like, I would like the author to explain that to me. Like, tell me. But it would have to make sense that it's like, okay, he didn't expect this to actually happen, everything to go up in flames. So he just, which by the end of the book, I feel like they kind of told us, like, Owen didn't know about the company's financial problems and he was just trying to do his part. So maybe that would be a good explanation.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think that Owen didn't write more to Hannah because he didn't want it to like fall in the wrong people's hands, because like obviously we find out that his like past was like kind of messy. And if like the letter ended up in the wrong people's hands, or the wrong people saw it, or like maybe the FBI got a hold of it and they were like confused, I think that that's maybe why he chose to not write more. But I don't know how he could have expected to have Hannah figure out everything.
Right.
Because Bailey was supposed to be like 6 to 10 in the time frame that she was in Austin or something like that.
Yeah.
Or like 4 to 8 or something. It was like there was only a certain amount of time that she would have been able to like actually recall the past.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. Like, he didn't want to be incriminated by whatever it is he put on the paper if someone else got it. So, yeah, I think that's also a good explanation.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
So, on that same note, why did Owen conceal his past to both Hannah and Bailey? How would you react if your spouse deceived you about the central details of their life?
So crazy. Well, first of all, I think, I don't know, maybe that's silly, but I feel like it's kind of obvious. It's like he couldn't put them in, like, to tell them would be to endanger them,
mm-hmm.
right? And it's like if he were to tell her about it, it'd be way too much of a liability. It's like he would have to start over again, probably, just based off like how they were talking about witness protection and that kind of thing. So I feel like that makes sense why he wouldn't tell them about it. How would I react to this? I have no idea. I feel like even with Angela being in the military, there's lots of stuff that he can never tell me.
Yeah, exactly.
And that bothers me a lot. Not because of anything other than like the fact that I know there's something I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm like, come on.
And like if something ever happens to him, like you don't know the answer. Like,
yeah,
because
I don't know
he can't
anything,
tell
like,
you those things.
I don't even know what he does when he goes to work sometimes. And that's just like the life you have to live when you're in like a government situation like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like, I don't know, maybe I'd react differently than most people because I know a little bit about like not knowing.
Yeah.
If that makes sense, which just sounds really weird. It's like I know how to not know and just I have to let go of it in my brain.
Well, it's really weird in like your situation, but I think that your situation is similar to this. Like you can't know because then it inhibits his safety. It's nothing about you. It's like him and his coworkers' safety is what it's like so keeping them safe from.
Yeah, it's like you have a mission to carry out and it involves the people it does and it doesn't involve the other people that it doesn't.
Yeah.
You can't mix it. You can't mix it at all.
You being a civilian means that you don't get to know.
Right. Exactly. And it's like, okay, if I want to know, I have to go join the military and go do work.
Exactly.
The same job. And I'm not going to do that. So here we are. But yeah, I do think that would be crazy. I mean, I would be shook to my core if that actually happened to me.
Yeah. Like if Angela came up to you and was like, well, actually my name is not Angela.
Yeah. It's I don't even know. I can't even think of another name.
Yeah. I think that, of course, it is obvious why he had to conceal his life because, like, it put his family in danger. And keeping them in the dark was the most, like, way to keep him and his family safe.
The safest way.
But I think that if Kyle ever did that to me and I learned that he had an entirely separate life, I'd be like, what in the hell? I'd be like, what is going on?
Like, it's just shocking. It's like, oh my God, wow, how could I not know this?
Mm-hmm.
Like, almost in a way, I feel like it probably makes people feel dumb sometimes. Like, she almost felt maybe silly. Like, how could I not know what was going on?
Yeah, like, how can I not know what happened to my husband before I met him?
Yeah, and as you learn through the book, it's like she looks back and in hindsight, she's like, oh wait, these situations were weird when I asked him these things, but you never know that until you're out of it.
Yeah, you never know. Hindsight's always 20/20.
Yeah, it makes sense.
So Hannah eventually realized that Owen has the connections to Austin because of like these weird situations. Like she had asked him to go on like a trip there and he was like, I'm not going to Austin. So she takes Bailey there to see if she could find out the truth about the past. Do you agree with Hannah's decision to go to Austin? What would you have done if you were Hannah?
Okay, no. But
really?
Like it led her to somewhere good, I guess.
Uh-huh.
But to be fully honest, if I was Hannah, I think I would have had... Well, I don't know. It's actually hard because I'm thinking of myself, really.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, okay, in my personal life, like I feel like it would be in my best interest and I would have the interest of listening to the government official standing in front of me. Like the guy from the, wherever he's from, I forget.
Like the U.S. Marshal.
Yeah, the U.S. Marshal guy. I probably would have honestly just listened to him and took his advice and followed what he said, genuinely. But Hannah didn't have any... Like, she wasn't even familiar with what a U.S. Marshal was. So, like, that would be really weird to believe someone if you didn't know that. So, I actually don't know what I would do if I were her. But if it was my personality, I probably would have just listened to him and never have gone.
Yeah, well, I think
she learned a lot.
I think that's fair because, like, you innately trust authority unless you have a reason to not to trust authority. And I think that... I didn't add any questions about like Hannah's like past because it wasn't super important to like everything, but she didn't have a great relationship with her parents. So I think that innately gave her the distrust of authority.
Yeah.
And
which
she
was good,
like,
actually.
It was good for this, but she was like, well, I don't trust the U.S. Marshal and I don't trust the FBI, which at the end of the day, they were turning her in separate directions. So maybe it was a good like thing for her to innately have.
Yeah, I agree. In this situation, it seemed like it worked because in the end, it was like Owen didn't trust the authorities, so I'm not going to either. But it took her a lot to learn that. And then also like when she lost Bailey in Austin, I was like, oh my God, now I'm annoyed. I was so mad. I was just like, this is annoying to me. Yeah. So I was a little annoyed at Hannah, not gonna lie.
I think that she did the best with a shitty situation.
Yeah,
I think that she had no idea what else to do, and all things are pointing go to Austin. I think that she probably could have had a conversation with the U.S. Marshal. And I mean, at the end of the day, she didn't even end up going with his recommendation. So maybe she shouldn't have listened to him. Who knows?
One thing, I don't think this is an upcoming question, but I don't know because I didn't read them, but because we've passed it at this point. But one thing I was happy about that I felt like would be stereotypical is that she didn't. Well, okay, I was mad at first when they found the duffel bag of money and she didn't say anything. I'm like, tell the U.S. Marshal. Yeah. But eventually she did, and then they checked it out and the money was clean and it came from a good place, and it was like, you can have the money, you can keep it. That part made me happy because I was like, I feel like in shows it's always like they don't tell people about the money, then the money's drug money and it's a whole big mess and it's something stupid. So I was like, okay, I liked how that played out at least. And overall, I don't think there were really any problematic characters that bothered me. Like Hannah didn't bother me at all. Like that part I was like, okay, you lost a 16-year-old like in another city. I'm stressed, but she didn't. No one bothered me, which was actually really impressive.
Yeah, I think that there's usually like the normal antagonist that like makes you angry, or like even the protagonist that has the stupid qualities that you're like, come on.
You're like, seriously. Yeah. Like, I didn't feel like that as much. So I'm happy about that. I feel like that's good. Some good writing.
Yeah, I think that the writer did good. So we eventually find out that Owen lived a completely different life than what was portrayed. His name is actually Ethan and Bailey's is Kristen. He took Bailey away. He took Bailey away from Austin after testifying against his father-in-law and the crime syndicate. What do you think about all of these reveals?
Okay, I have a question. What is the crime syndicate? Is that just like the crime group? Is that what that means? Okay, I was like, what does it mean?
Yeah, it's like like drug lord and like their like minions or whatever.
They're minions. Okay, I love that. The minions, the syndicate. Okay, I know the word, but I'm just like, I don't even get what it means really. Okay, so what do I think about all these reveals? I was confused.
I think I was too.
Yeah, as it was playing out, I was just like, I think what happened is that they introduced the characters so late that there wasn't a lot of time to learn about the characters before we learned about what they did. So I just had a hard time keeping up, especially like when she went to the Never Dry bar, which love that name for a bar. It's cute. Yeah. And met the brother or whatever he was, the Charlie guy.
It was it was Owen's ex-wife, the wife that had died. It was her brother. So it was his brother-in-law.
Okay, yeah. See, that kind of stuff, I was just like, I don't even know who these people are, and the Kate Smith and that of it all. I think I was just confused overall. But I do think the story was decent. I will say, this is not answering the question, but I will say I liked at the beginning when it talked more about Owen, the reason Owen ran away, which was like financial issues within their company. Because that was a part of a business stuff that I was like, oh, I feel like I understand this. I feel like I actually know what they're saying. Once I got to the crime stuff more, and this guy and the syndicate, if you will, the minions, I was like, oh, I'm confused. But I didn't mind it. Anyways, what do you think? I don't really know what I think.
I think that this kind of goes back to the first question when it was talking about like what did you originally think happened to Owen. I was really clueless at the beginning, but when they started talking about like, oh, like Bailey looks like this photo of Kate, like this like elusive woman that like we never see. I was like, did he kill his ex-wife? Because we knew
that would have been juicy.
We knew that like she was dead. Like he had said that she had died of like cancer
in a car accident
or something. No. He did, like he said that she died in a car accident.
But we don't even know because it was like not that much.
I was a little bit confused, and when they started like talking about Kate Smith, and I was like, wait a second, did he kill her? And obviously, it ended up being like her dad like had her killed or something, or the crime syndicate killed his daughter. I don't know. That part I'm still confused about.
It was weird.
But I like leading up to like them like unveiling all of these characters, I was like, wait, did he kill her? And like I was just I
honestly
confused.
I like your alternative ending better. I want to hear a second book where he does, because that would have been really juicy. I feel like actually in general, for being like a mystery or a crime, I don't know what we're calling this category, but
mystery,
it felt pretty tame. Yeah, mystery. Like I didn't feel like it was anything crazy. Yeah. You know, like nobody died. Yeah. I mean, someone did die, but you guys know what I'm saying. Okay. It wasn't like brutal or anything like that, but I kind of like that idea. Yeah. That's juicy. That would have plot twisted me more, I think is what I'm saying. Well, like what actually happened.
I think I'm just used to books that have like insane plot twists. So I was like ready for it to like hit me upside the head. And I wasn't like ready for it to just be like, oh, like his father-in-law is involved in like a drug gang or whatever.
Yeah.
But
it wasn't crazy. But
I'll go back to actually answering this question. So what do I think of all of these reveals? I think that they confused me, and I think
I agree
that there was a lot of reveals, but I think it made sense. Like when we started getting to the point of like Bailey and like Owen had changed identities and everything, like it started to like, it did make sense to me, and like I thought it was pretty well done.
Yeah, I don't know. Excuse me, not me burping while I'm talking. Holy crap. I think that for some reason the name Ethan Young sounds familiar. That's just a tangent. But when they said that name, I was like, is this a character from another book?
Like, do I know who that is?
Yes, I don't know why. Like, why does it sound so familiar? And also, other tangent, Kate Smith is the name of my parents, like one of their close friends, which I think is really funny. That's like,
I mean, it's such like a vague name.
Like, standard. But yeah, I was also just a little bit confused.
Yeah. So now talking about the decision of like witness protection, should Hannah have agreed to go into witness protection with Owen and Bailey, or do you think that she made the right decision in making a deal with Nicholas so that Bailey could keep her identity?
This is hard because initially I want to say that she should have just went to witness protection.
That's what I was thinking.
Like,
I was like,
Owen can come back. Like they said, Owen can come back when it's safe. If you go into witness protection, start your life over. So I'm like, just go start your life over there. Like Bailey doesn't even have friends. She just has this boyfriend that no one likes anyway. Yeah. So like, come on. So that was my initial thought. But then her like kind of bringing up the fact over and over that Owen didn't trust the authorities for whatever reason because they almost exploited him or something. I think
it was
remember.
That. Well, obviously they didn't hide him well enough this first time because they found him again.
Yeah. So I'm like, I guess, but then she would have been with Owen still. So I almost kind of feel like she should have made the opposite choice. I don't know.
I think that honestly, either way, like she lost out on something. Like she obviously lost out on Owen with what she chose, but she did keep Bailey's life stable, which is what he wanted. Yeah, which is what he wanted, which is what protect her meant, is like keep her life stable, keep her safe. But then she lost out on her husband that she only got like 2 years with. Because she was in the book, she was supposed to be like middle aged. She was like 40s, and so they had just met like 2 years before and had like a pretty quick engagement since they were like later in life when they fell in love. So I thought like, well, that kind of sucks. Like you've never had this like family dynamic and you finally just won it, and now you don't get to have it anymore.
Now it's gone. Yeah, it's so sad actually. I'm like, will she ever date again? I hope. Yeah, I feel like, I don't know. That one's really a toss-up. I'm like, she should have gone into witness protection. Like, dummy, come on.
Yeah.
But she ultimately did what he wanted her to do, and I think she lives with that better.
Yeah. And it kind of goes in the next question that I have, which is, do you ever think that Bailey managed to have a relationship with Nicholas, her, like, grandfather, or any of her cousins? Because that's, like, what how
they ended it.
Yeah, like that was like their ultimatum, I guess, is like we get to have a relationship with her and we'll keep you and your family like safe, or like we'll not like look for Owen or whatever.
I just honestly, actually, I hate that she made a deal with this guy. I actually wish she didn't do this. It's just annoying to me. This guy seems annoying. I don't like it. And I don't know. This is a hard question to me because I feel like this portion of the book was so fleeting. I feel like, you know, they wrapped it up real quick at the end.
It was like, very quick.
And by the way, we're having dinner with your cousins, and she's like, do I have to? And the mom's like, no, or not the mom, but whatever, Hannah is like, no, you don't have to, we'll go at your pace. And I'm just like, I don't even know what's going on. So I don't know.
I like to hope that she had a relationship with them, because then that's literally the only thing that makes her decision worth it.
True. It sounds like they tried to put in the work, or Hannah tried to put in the work to get them there. So I just hope everything was kosher and that this freaking father-in-law isn't a total creep like he seems. Yeah.
Okay, last question I have is, Jennifer Garner is slated to play Hannah in the TV version of this story. What are your thoughts on the casting, and what elements do you think that they should include in the show?
Okay. I'm trying to look up the show to see like if there was anyone else, or if you remember, I don't know, but
I only know that Jennifer Garner plays.
I'm curious. I'm not mad.
Yeah.
I'm not mad about Jennifer Garner. Okay, we have a couple people. Who's Owen? Oh, wait. Since do we get flashbacks? I guess we never. Oh.
We probably get flashbacks.
Nicolaj Coster-Waldau. Don't know this man, but he's Owen. He's from Game of Thrones, I guess. He's Danish. Never heard of this guy. Yeah, just searched the last thing he told me cast, and they all came up. I'm not mad about Jennifer Garner. I don't know if I see her fitting the personality as much. I mean, she's an actress, so we'll see how she does. But of being like, I don't want to call Hannah nerdy, but she's she's a woodworker at heart, and that's not necessarily nerdy, but it's just like, I don't know if I see that for Jennifer Garner and if she could embrace that in the character, but I'm not mad about it. Like, I'm okay with this.
Yeah.
I'd like to see how she does.
The person that they casted is Bailey. Like, Bailey's like an edgy girl in the book.
Oh, wait, let me see.
And I don't see this girl as her at all.
No. I'm actually mad about this. This is offensive.
Well, I don't know if she's blonde in like the book.
This girl, I watched in the new Mean Girls.
Oh.
And I did not like her. No, she has like black and blue hair, I thought.
Yeah.
This is not her. She's supposed to be kind of emo.
Yeah. And like,
okay, I want to recast her.
Her name is Angourie. Is that how you say it?
I don't know.
Angourie Rice.
Angourie Rice. But if you guys have watched the new Mean Girls musical movie, which I just watched, she is the blonde girl in that.
Yeah. I don't know.
One of the main ones. She was Katie Heron in Mean Girls, and I didn't like her as that either. Yeah. To be honest with you, I don't think I like this girl. So I'm gonna look up edgy young women actresses. Yeah, I kind of want to recast this because I don't love.
Well, let me like finish going through this question.
Yeah, keep
so
going.
The second part is, what elements of the book do you think that they'll include in the show? I really hope that like the description that Bailey says as like a kid, or like when she's doing the flashbacks, she's like, I remember the whole city was orange. I really hope that they do that well in the book.
I like that.
Because that was like the only thing that made her know that it was Austin.
Yes. That's so true.
I really hope that they do that well.
I didn't think about it even really, but that like they have to paint the picture for it to really work. Excuse me. Oh my God, I keep burping. It's this freaking polar water, you guys. I usually drink coffee.
That's okay.
I'm not used to this. What elements of the book do I think they'll include in the show? Hopefully all of them. I hate when it strays too far and then it just gets too far off and I don't like it. But what I hope for the show is that it's more, I just hope it's captivating. Like, I hope it's actually super interesting and upbeat and up pace. Because I did like this book overall, which I'll tell you guys my rating soon. It was very good.
Yeah, the book, really well. Like, it kept me, like, in it. Yeah. Like, I could not stop reading it.
Convey that. Like, I hope that they don't lose that and they keep it catchy and edgy, but I also do hope they throw in some new plot twists in the show so that it's not exactly the same. Like, I don't want them to go too far off, but I also want a little surprise.
Stay on base.
I didn't expect that. I'm still looking for an edgy young woman actress, and I'm just not getting what I want. The number one girl that comes up when I search that is Jenna Ortega. Oh, so yeah. I'm not horribly mad at that, but it's also not my top pick. I know it's not perfect yet, and I just don't know who to pick, but it's not right where it's at. Honest. I'm looking. I know. Another one that came up was Keke Palmer, who I love, but I just don't know. Well, no one's really hitting perfectly for me.
Keke Palmer is not the vibe. Yeah. Chloe Grace Moretz wouldn't be horrible.
Yeah, not bad.
But she's not black young anymore.
I want to see. Yeah, true. I do not like. Sorry, no hate to Angourie Rice or whatever her name is. Angourie. That sounds really weird.
It's not that. I can tell you that.
Angourie. Let's hold on, guys. Stay with us. I'm searching the pronunciation, and I'm gonna listen. Oh, there's an ad. Come on.
Zoe Deutsch would be good, but she's a little older now.
Oh, she's a little older. Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like I also feel like Jennifer Garner, like, she's not much older than 40, but I do think that she's a little old for the role.
Yeah. What? Wait. Angourie. That's really what it says in the pronunciation. Angourie. Yeah. Like, that's what it says in the video. I don't know.
We don't know anything.
They just did this movie based off like a Harry Styles fanfic. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
What is that movie called?
It's the after movies. It's Arika, they didn't just do it. They just came out with the 5th movie.
They did? No, wait. It's not this. Hold on. There's a new one. It's on Amazon. New movies, Harry Styles. This is newer. And I'm trying to think if it's Jennifer Garner, but I don't think it is. The Idea of You. Do you know this?
I've heard of it.
I guess this is based off like a Harry Styles fanfic. Oh, Anne Hathaway. I like her for it. I was thinking about how she's in that movie. Woman, and I kind of like her as maybe as Hannah. I'm not mad at Jennifer Garner, but I like Anne Hathaway a little bit more.
I think I agree with you.
Just slightly.
In case anybody can't tell, we've moved into dream casting now.
Obviously. Yeah. Sorry, guys. We just totally kept going. Do you want to rate the book before we...
Yeah, I gave it a 5 because I couldn't stop reading it.
Wow.
Honestly, it's probably more like a 4.5 because like I did want like the intense plot twist that I never got. But I think in general, I think it's up there.
It's pretty good. I gave it a 4 on Goodreads, which I'm going to give it an 8 on book clubs. And
I think 8's solid on book clubs for me, but I think I'll keep it as a 5 on Goodreads because it's 4.5 rounded up.
I know the 5 stars really rough. I'm like, bro, you got to give us something to work with here. But anyways, back to Dreamcasting. Who cares about our ratings? I really want to find my perfect like emo girl.
I know.
It's just not hitting, and I want it to hit. Like, I don't know. I do not like who they cast for this. This show's already out, right?
Yes.
It's not like coming out. Like, it's out. Okay, we need to watch it. I'm interested for sure. Oh, I searched emo girl actress, and I got Avril Lavigne and Willow Smith.
I did too. I literally just searched that.
I'm like, these are singers. I want a little bit more actress. I mean,
they have Christina Ricci. That is not. She's not young.
You know Kristen Ritter?
No.
She came up, and she's not bad, but she's a little too old. If you Google her, you might recognize her. But she's closer. She's closer with the black hair, and she has the look. I don't know. It's closer, but it's still not there.
I also wouldn't consider her emo, but that's fine.
No, she's definitely a little bit more.
She just has black hair.
Yeah. Avril Lavigne, Leighton Meester. No. Who's Maggie Lindemann, and why she keep coming up? I don't even know who this is.
I think she's one of my celebrity crushes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, T. Okay, wait, hold on.
Actually, I just think I want to be her.
Okay, fair. I don't think I know her. Is she from anything I would know?
No, she's a singer.
Downfalls High. Oh, she's a singer. Yeah. That makes sense.
Downfalls High is Machine Gun Kelly's video, like movie.
Yes.
Like
I didn't watch that.
Yeah.
But I know what you're talking about.
It's his like album movie or whatever.
Yeah. This girl's 16. They can't have an adult player. I got to be honest. It's got to be somebody a little. Oh, okay. Joey King could maybe do it.
Joey King.
Yeah. She's closer than all the other people so far, but I still don't think she has the look for it.
No.
I think she could portray
she's also
it, but
like
I don't.
23.
She doesn't have the look. Yeah, that's true.
She's older than me. She's 25.
Let's do teen. This feels wrong to search for teen actresses, but whatever. No, not Zendaya, not Elle Fanning. These just aren't the right girls.
But also, these teen actresses are not teens.
Could Millie Bobby Brown do it?
No.
She's too pretty. No offense. Not that you can't be pretty and emo. You can. But it's just not the right vibe. I just can't think of someone, and I'm getting mad. I'm trying to even think of a show that has a character like this, and I can't.
Yeah. I was looking at the new Pretty Little Liars. Bailey Madison, she's one of the new Pretty Little Liars characters.
She is? Yeah. I know her.
But she's blonde in this show, and I feel like I don't see it.
She's naturally brunette, but I never seen her like with
She's also 25,
hair.
so.
Ooh.
Natalie Portman could play Hannah.
Black hair. Okay, that's not horrible.
I feel like we're not getting anywhere.
We're not. This is stupid, and I'm mad that we can't Dreamcast this book. So I guess we just need to watch the show and see if we're even mad at the cast or if it works. But I'm not a fan of Angoria Rice.
Yeah.
She's just not my fave.
Not a fan of any of these people.
No, it's not hitting. Sorry, you guys. The Dreamcasting just really didn't take off this time.
It didn't.
It can't be Dreamcast. Owen, I don't dislike his character, but I also don't love him either. Like, nobody's really hitting.
We didn't like get to know him that much, so I feel like
yeah. How can we really even judge?
Yeah.
But okay, that was a fun one though. I really liked this book. I felt like I was kind of disappointed by my last pick, which was the other summer book. I don't remember what they were called. But I liked this one a lot. And we did like every summer after and Meet Me at the Lake. I don't remember which one I loved or hated, but the last one we did, I'm like meh. So this was way better. Loved.
I'm
Love
glad.
a mystery.
So
you're bringing me into the mystery books. I never would have read it on my own, but I liked it.
I forgot to drop the sources at the beginning because I put them at the end of this document, so I'll say them here. Yeah. So I did super summary again, obviously, for the summary of the book, and then bookclubchat.com is where I got my questions from this time.
Love it. Thanks, everybody. Yeah, the end of the book also has discussion questions if you guys read this. So
I did not look at
them. If you want. I didn't either because I didn't know if you were going to use them. So I'll have to go back and see.
I remember when I finished reading the book that they were there, but then I just didn't want to like open it back up on my Kindle and figure it out. So
yeah, that's a mood. Also, reading that on the Kindle, I think I was done reading the book when I got to like 94% or something. I don't know if you noticed this, but like so much of the end of the book was the acknowledgments in the discussion guide that I was like, oh, okay, I'm done. Like I thought I still had a 6%, but I'm done. So that was actually kind of nice. I liked it.
I like it too.
But yeah, if you guys are enjoying the book clubs, definitely let us know. Our next one, like I said, is going to be the Madison Beer memoir, the half of it. So go ahead and start reading now if you want to join us. And if you don't feel like reading, you can still listen to the episode because we always give you the rundown.
Always.
I'm excited to do another memoir. It's sad that a memoir is always tragic, I feel like. I feel like there's never like a really good positive memoir that's all happy sunshine rainbows, but I really loved Jeanette McCurdy so much. That was probably, I think that's our highest rated book club book by us. When I look at our book clubs club. So by the way, guys, we have a book clubs club. It's on bookclubs.com, and we have a We Run on Coffee podcast club. And I haven't done this in a while, but maybe I'll look up right now really fast and give a shout out to how many people are in our club, because
there's
people
a lot
keep joining it. Yeah, I made it an open club, so I think that people who are on the website just look for clubs that sound interesting and join them. So we do have quite a few people in ours, which is really cool. I don't know if they ever come to the podcast, but if you'd like to join it, it's at the link in our bio, our link tree on Instagram. It's also, I'm pretty sure our link tree is linked on these episode descriptions. So if not, I'll make sure it's there. Check it out. And the benefit of joining our book club, it's completely free, but you'll actually get emails, which is really, really helpful. You'll get emails like when our book club is approaching. In case you haven't finished the book yet, you can kind of speed up. You can also get emails about when the next book club is going to be, the date, the time, all of that stuff. And I think that there could be a day where we do a live book club and get on with you guys. So definitely join if that sounds interesting to you, and we can kind of go from there as far as how many members we have and how many people are actually interested in that. So yeah, that's on bookclubs.com. Like I said, check it out at the link. And now I'm going to see if I can give you guys a shout out really fast. These are our members. Maybe I'll say their names. 15. Whoa. Aww. Haven't checked on it in a while. So of course, me and Marissa are members. We count in the 15, and then We Run on Coffee's the owner. That counts in the 15. But we have Alex, Callie, Daisy Jo, Julia, Lacey, Lisa, and Margie. And we have Michelle, Nora, Sandy, Suchita, so sorry, and Zoe. So shout out. These people too. Yay. Some of them say where they're from. Someone's from Oregon. That's so cool. So
we don't know them for sure.
I know. Yeah. I'm like, are these people we know? I think maybe 2 or 3 we know, and the rest are not. So I don't know. If you guys are here and you found us from bookclubs.com, that'd actually be really kind of cool. If you found the podcast from the bookclubs.com. So let us know if that's you.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's it. Anything else before we sign off?
I don't think so. It's your time to do the spiel. I just did
It's my time to do the spiel. Marissa
time.
told me that she butchered the spiel, but I'm sure it was fine.
I didn't even try, if I'm being honest.
It's not even like you guys don't know how to follow us on Instagram, but if you don't, I'm going to tell you. So definitely check us out on Instagram. We're at We Run on Coffee. Like I said, there's a link tree in the bio there. And not only does that include our book clubs link and all of our social links and our Goodreads links, it now includes at the very tippy top our voting resources guide. So we did make a document. It's very cute, has all of the resources that Marissa and I recommended in our voting episode, which are applicable at any point in time. So it's going to stay. It's the very first link on that. So check it out. Follow us, of course, to stay up to date. Every week on Wednesday, when we drop an episode, we post If You Know, You Know stories. And you only know if you know. So you have to check them out and see if you can decode the stories. I try not to put captions on them, even though I feel like I should. It's like, no, you have to guess. You have to know.
Yeah.
So follow us to stay up to date. If you need to email us, you can do that at werunoncoffeepodcast@gmail.com. And I think that's pretty much it, because we're at an hour. So goodbye. We love you. Thank you for listening. And with that, I'm Arika.
And I'm Marissa. And we run on coffee. Bye.
Bye,